Hello, everyone. My name is Elon Nessanet. I am a TMT apprentice here at NC State University. I'm here with Jennifer Truman. She is a District D candidate running for City Council. How are you doing today, Jennifer?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm Jennifer Truman. I'm running for Raleigh City Council in District D. I'm a working mom. I work for a small architecture firm here in town. I'm a designer and an optimist. I've been a longtime advocate for a better Raleigh in terms of transit and housing and a lot of other issues that are important to folks that live here. So I jumped in and decided to run for City Council this year to really make those issues a priority for the voters.
Absolutely. You are doing it all right now. Okay, so can you describe to our viewers why this area is called the Silicon Valley of the East?
Sure, that's a great question. People are moving to Raleigh from all over North Carolina, but also from all over the country.
The numbers kind of vary depending on who you ask, but some people say hundreds or a couple thousand people are moving here every month. And that's because of the amazing opportunity that we have here in Raleigh. And so, like the Silicon Valley, we have great universities with graduates that know things, everything from tech to entrepreneurship. We have startup businesses that have started here and grown here, and we have corporate headquarters. Just about every couple weeks, you'll see an article that comes out that ranks Raleigh one of the best in the country. So whether it's the best place to live, the best quality of life, I think we got the best we're like top 5 in like the best place to drive, which I didn't anticipate. So once a month there'll be some kind of saying like that. And what it really is telling everyone else in the country, we like it here, and you would like it too. So a lot of people are moving here, particularly from the Silicon Valley too, because we have jobs in tech, we have jobs in sales for things like that are related to technologies and engineering, coming out of NC State, coming out of Duke, coming out of our great HBCUs. So really, we have a lot of reasons for people to be here, and it's been that way for a long time. It started when Research Triangle Park was founded, half a century ago, which has built up over time. Raleigh's always been a growing city. And I think one of the things about my campaign is how do we capitalize on that opportunity? How do we help that opportunity continue, but also share the prosperity with everyone in the community? Because right now, there are pockets where people feel like they're part of that Silicon Valley of the East, and then there are other parts of the town where it doesn't feel that way. And so a lot of my campaign is about sharing the prosperity and the opportunity that come with growing.
Absolutely. So, do you mind telling us a little bit about your professional background?
Sure. It definitely plays into why I'm running for council. Working for an architecture firm, you learn how we give permission to build buildings. So anything that gets built, you have to get a permit from the city. And sometimes those permitting processes are really hard. And working particularly with small businesses, I noticed and started advocating to the city that sometimes the rules that we have might not be common sense, and they can hinder small businesses from opening or make it more expensive to open. The same thing is true with housing. Some of the rules that we've had in our city for a long time in our zoning code made housing harder to build, or made you have to ask permission from a lot of neighbors to be able to build it. And so one thing I've been advocating for is common sense rules that make it easier for a small business to build something than for a large corporation, or things that give grants or financial incentives to the kind of development that we want to see in town.
Wow, okay. I didn't even know that it got that deep with that type of stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that city council actually impacts your daily life.
Yeah.
So people on city council decide where we should fund sidewalks. They decide how often the bus should go. Like staff does that, but at the big picture, they decide how much money we're going to give to the buses so that they can be more frequent. They decide where in town you can build certain things. So zoning rules control where apartments can be built or where a grocery store can be built, things like that. And so the decisions and the people you vote into city council really do impact things that you do every day.
Wow. So what makes you a good civil servant for District D?
Thanks. I think the thing about being on city council is it really is service. And I approach it that way. I think that councilors should be good listeners,
Right.
but also visionary. And so a lot of what I talk about is that we need to set goals together as a community, that my campaign website says together we can build a different and better Raleigh, because I think that the together part is really important. It's the first thing that I say. That idea of bringing everyone to the table is kind of cornerstone to my campaign, and we've done that. And so I'm not the answer of everything, right? But leading as kind of servant leadership to say, these are the things that I think are important. These are the things we need to prioritize. Let's get feedback. Let's move forward like that. And realistically, I think Raleigh needs that. We need someone who has optimism about where we are, who wants us to grow. We're going to move past saying yes or no.
Okay.
And we're going to grow, and we're going to embrace it, and we're going to share it. And so to me, I think it's that vision. And then my expertise, right? Like, I'm a mom who rides the bus. I take my kids on the bus. I've had to make all those different transfers, carry a little kid across a bridge that's got no sidewalk. I've lived that experience. But I also know the other side, right? I know how the system's supposed to work. I'm trained as a civil engineer and an architect. I know from all that training that the system doesn't have to work that way. It's just a few decisions away. And so I'm running for council to be that decision maker who can make those couple of different decisions.
Absolutely. Well, I will definitely vote for you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for being here and answering these questions for us. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.